it's Tauri, and welcome back to my channel. Today we welcome Jules from SETYÖURSAILS to the channel. How are you doing today, Jules?
Hey, thanks for having me. I was looking forward. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well, and I appreciate you taking the time out and chatting with me today. I know it is late for you where you are right now. Of course, you've got the brand new album, Bad Blood, which is out April 12th, which is only a few days from now via Napalm Records. You've already had almost three singles out so far from the record itself. How have you found the reaction, the response?
It's been great. It's been mind-blowing. Like I got so many messages from people on Instagram, on I don't know, and people are like when Bad Blood came out, like the single Bad Blood, they're like, "What's going on? This is sick. It's a lot of power and stuff." And then we put out lately, and people were like, "Nah." Like the real metalheads were like, "Oh, that's very soft and vulnerable. I'm not sure if I like that." Um, but also on the other hand, people were like, "Oh my God, you can show that side too. That's awesome." Like, I'm more into that. I love it when you're not shouting, you know. You have a beautiful voice if you do not shout and stuff like that. So it has everything.
Yeah, no, I really loved both singles. I like you say, it's such lately is so very different to Bad Blood, and it's really nice when bands can show that different side, that versatility that you guys have. And it was nice just hearing your beautiful clean vocals, and it is such a powerful song within itself and such an important message to put out there.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm very glad that you said that because I was struggling with releasing it. I was like, can I show this side? Is it too vulnerable? Is it too poppy? Is it too soft? I don't know. But you go through different emotions through your life. You're not always in a bad mood, not always in a good mood, and so you go through different stages. And I think the entire album represents all these different states, all these different emotions, and that's very important to not deny that, not to on purpose put out these songs because maybe people won't like it.
Hmm.
You shouldn't release songs with that in the back of your mind. It should be what comes out of you. Yeah, and that's what came out of me.
Yeah, it should. You should be able to have that personal connection within your own music and be able to feel like you can sing about this sort of stuff as well, because I feel it's very important, and it's important not only to you to then have that, it's like kind of very cathartic and healing for you to get that out there, but it's also the same for somebody listening. So I appreciate you for that. It takes somebody strong to put something out that you don't feel like a lot of the fan base may necessarily like, and it's something different, but you still went ahead and did it anyway, and it was beautiful.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for that because I had like nervous breakdowns there in my room. I was like, "Oh my God, can we do it?" But the older I get and the more music I write, the more I don't think about what the music could, do with people. I mean, not in the I don't know really how to say it, but I just write songs because I want to write them, and whatever comes out of me is exactly what I'm going through, and that's honest. And as I already said, denying that would be wrong, would feel wrong. And the main meaning for me writing songs would be completely gone because I'm
Hmm.
doing it for myself, and I'm not writing songs on purpose to satisfy this and that, or, you know, like this. I'm doing whatever I feel like feels good to me and feels right.
Yeah, and that's what separates a lot of artists, I think, is when you write for yourself and you can feel that emotion that you put into the song. Because for me, I think if I listen to a song and it doesn't connect with me with the emotion, then it kind of falls flat. Whereas with lately, and even with Bad Blood, you still had brilliant emotion, and I'm so excited for tomorrow, for the release tomorrow, and of course for the rest of the album, just to delve in and be taken over by all of these different emotions, because it's important. And I want to know how you would describe the band's sound now compared to like your previous releases.
I'd say definitely more rock and rollish and punkish kind of. And it's not, I mean, Nightfall is very heavy, I'd say. It's very digging very deep, and it's, you need to really sit down, take your time to really listen to it to understand it, or to dive into these emotions. And for me personally, Bad Blood appears a little bit like lighter and a little bit more, more like, I put a lot of rock and roll patterns in it, and a lot of punk patterns in it, because I'm just a fan myself. And all the choruses are very poppy, I'd say. They're bright, they open up, they have very main pop structures, but that's what I love. This is what
Mm-hmm.
I like to write in the melodies. I love the melodies on every chorus. And yeah, lyrically, definitely more grown up. It's not like being stuck in your victim role. It's more like, I'm a grown ass woman, right? I can stand up for myself. You cannot bring me down. Whatever you try, you will not succeed. I would just keep going. I do my thing, and you can hate as much as you want. I would still keep going, and it has zero effects on me. And that is a pretty cool attitude. And this is something that I really found for myself within the last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
because I went through all that, and I went from this, oh my God, this person tried to do this and that, and tried to sabotage whatever, my career, whatever, really tried to bring me down. And at some point it snapped, and I was like, why am I sitting here letting that person do that to me? I'm not allowing it anymore. I'm just gonna stand up. I'm gonna change my attitude. And I got a very thick skin. Like now, these days, if you talk shit about me, even on the internet, right? The internet can be a fucked up place. Like you get, no matter who you are, no matter what
Yeah.
you're doing, there's always gonna be people hating on everything. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of TikTok and all that. But I like to watch renovations and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like getting your house cool and
Yeah.
renovate. And whatever you post, like there's shit talk on every fucking video out there. Even
Mm-hmm.
women doing renovations in their houses, like doing very cool stuff. Men commenting on it. You never did that by yourself. Nowhere. There's no way. You never did that. You suck. This is shit. The color doesn't fit. This could have done better. Like, I like, the fuck is going on? And that's when I realized, doesn't matter what you do, who you are, what you're doing. There's always going to be hate. But on the
Mm-hmm.
other side, there's always going to be support. So the best thing you can do is do things for yourself, and that feels authentic for yourself, and then it's going to work. And then everyone can say whatever the fuck they want, right? Because you're cool with it. And
Mm-hmm.
then, everything fits, because there's no way people can bring me down with anything. You can say anything. I don't care. I'm 32 years old. I'm over it. You cannot destroy me, no matter what
Yeah.
you do.
I think as a woman, once we hit our 30s and we mature into who we are as a woman, it kind of, like you say, just something falls into place, and it's like, why should I care what these people who are saying these nasty things say about me? Most of the time, it's somebody being brave behind a screen and a keyboard. Am I ever going to meet those people in real life? No.
Mm.
So it's, but I also find it extremely ridiculous. Like you say, it could be absolutely anything. It could be a cute video of a little kitten and there's hate comments on it. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
why
Sick.
waste your energy on that?
It's so sick, man. We even had this on our previous, I guess it was lately. There was a person commenting um on in German. They said like, all these bot comments, how you would never be so successful that so many people would comment underneath your video. You definitely bought it. that sucks. Like they were very extremely against us, and our bassist sent it over to me. And I don't read these comments. I stopped reading comments a couple years ago,
Mhm.
and I backed him not to send me stuff like this because I don't want to get into this negativity.
Right.
But I thought about it for a second. I was like, who the fuck takes time to, first of all, question that? Second of all, starts hating us for getting positive comments. And if we'd have the money for buying comments, don't you think we'd be somewhere else? Like, I
Mhm.
don't know. Um,
Yep.
like, even to wrap your head around this, it makes you go like, what the fuck is going on with people? Like, I would never comment something like that under
Nope.
any video. Like, what's the point? Like, you just want to try to tell us that you don't like us, you don't want us to be successful. That's cool. You don't have to like us. Just skip it. You know, you don't. I don't mind. It's cool. Music has something to do with taste, and some people don't like it, and they don't like the way I look or whatever, and that's totally cool. But you don't necessarily have to do that. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it baffles
Yeah.
it even baffles me, like, of course, with my YouTube channel, I get comments all the time because I don't necessarily look like a metalhead, and it's like, "You shouldn't be reacting to this sort of music," or blah, 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 and I'm just like, "Eh, whatever, block, you don't need to be on my channel, bye," you know?
Mm,
So,
yeah.
could you tell us in your own words what this album is about and what it means to you?
So the album is about, again, my journey through my, I'd say, daily life, because I go through a lot of emotions. I'm very extremely acting with my emotions, and I'm a very complicated person, I'd say, when it comes to things like that. I like to question myself a lot. I have a lot of self-hatred. I have a lot of self-doubt, and I'm very self-destructive and all
Mhm.
that. So this album is also about that, but on the other side, it's also about standing up for myself and changing perspectives, as I already said, and pointing middle finger, pretty much. I'd say it's like, you know, like being brave, like, I don't know, standing up for yourself and change perspectives. It's also about sex. It's also about depression. It's also about broken friendships and shit talk, and I don't know. But all in one, I'd say it's a brutally honest written record. Um, yeah, and it feels like almost like a diary, pretty much. It has everything. It has vulnerable moments. It has very aggressive moments. It has very deep moments, and it has very light moments. You know, there's fun songs on it, and then there's very heavy songs on it. It's a mixture out of everything. It's not a concept album or anything. It's just taken out of my life, I'd say.
Yeah, just a very raw, deep, emotional, personal message, which personally I love. I love when musicians like yourself put yourself into your work because then it shows those that are listening that they can also connect and that they're, sometimes we feel alone in what we're feeling and like nobody else feels that. But when you listen to music or when you watch something and it's like, oh, wait, I'm not alone. These people feel it too. And I think that's so important to put out into the world. And I just want to, just say thank you for that, for being so raw and so vulnerable.
Thanks. That's very cute because I was very struggling when I got the masters back. I was having a nervous breakdown. I was totally bursting into tears. I was like, this is so bad. Oh my God. I hate my voice. I hate my writing. I hate the melodies. I hate the instrumental. I hate everything I did on it. And I called the guys. I was like, we're not going to release the record. They were like, what? I was like, no, we're not going to release it. And it took a couple hours for me to really get my head back to normal. And
Hmm.
um, so it's very cool that you say that because I was struggling a lot with myself. Not what other people say. It was all about myself. It was all about you suck. It's bad.
Hmm.
You know, doesn't make any sense. Just quit the band, get some German shepherds, and live your life somewhere. And uh, that's it, you know. And now I feel like the more time passes, the more I realize that it's actually not that bad, and people already listen to it. Of course, a lot of press people already listen to it, and they just said some cute things, and I'm just very thankful for that.
Yeah, we are our own worst enemies. I do it to myself all the time. I film
Hmm.
something and I'm like, was that good enough? Should I put that out? Do I leave
Hmm.
it unedited and not post it? You know, because you are putting yourself out there to the world, and it's a hard thing to do. And yeah, from what I've heard so far, everything has its place, and it's really beautiful, and again, just so raw and so vulnerable and from the heart. And that's especially after what happened, like COVID. It feels like yesterday, even though it was 4 years ago. But we still need,
4 years. Holy
yeah,
shit.
right?
What?
It's gone so fast. 2020, and
What?
it's 2024 now. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Oh, what did I do the last 4 years?
Well, you wrote an album and you're releasing an
Yeah,
album.
4 years.
But
Are you
yeah,
kidding?
4 years. Yeah, it's gone.
Holy shit. Yeah.
That's what I say to people who like my mom or my husband. I'm like, these past 4 years, it just felt like they've just gone like that, and it's
Hmm.
crazy how fast. If it was such a troubling and such a hard time for people. And then as we're now coming back out of it, and we're having people finally get to go back on tours and do full world tours that they haven't been able to do, and it's nice to see that, but it's just gone so fast. And like
Yeah.
2020, 2024, it's crazy, and we're already in April of 2024.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, I was in my writing mode and stuff, but I was like, what? Which month do we have? Like, what? It is
Yeah.
April. I was thinking, like, last week, I hung up with Andre, our guitarist. He's like, yeah, are you prepared? And so we're gonna do this and that next week. And I was like, what next week? He's like, we're going on tour, Jules. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
next week? He's like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Which month do we have? Are you serious? What? It's almost like almost half the year's already over, and I'm still stuck in December or something like
Mm-hmm.
that mentally. Like, what's going on? But yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Whoa, 4 years. That's sick. Okay.
Blows your
Where did the
mind.
time go?
I
Man.
know. I know. It's crazy. And yeah.
Like
So
last time
how
I checked, I was 28, man. What
I
happened?
I know. I know. I just turned 36 this year, and I'm like, what how am I this close to
Why?
40, you know?
It's sick. Oh my god. Okay, let's hope, fingers crossed, that this will never ever happen again. COVID sucks, man. That was fucked. That
Yeah.
was very fucked thing. But we're out of it. We can play again. And
Yes,
we're
and
going on
you
tour this Friday. This is sick.
yes,
Yeah.
you're co-headlining, of course, with Rising Insane. Of course, that's kicking off in literally like 4 days. Are you excited? And how do you prepare yourself for touring?
I should have. 4 days. Oh my god. I'm super excited because this is very important for us. We're still a small band, and
Hmm.
every ticket we sell is very important. Because that will define our growth in the German music scene, and that will make us play bigger festivals or better slots at the bigger festivals and so on. This is how it goes, and then we can
Hmm.
play another blah blah blah, whatever.
And
So this
hopefully
is
come
very
over
important to
here.
me. Mm, well, I'm just gonna leave that. I'm just I'm
Okay.
not okay, whatever. So yeah, so this is great. I'm just so looking forward. We have a sick show. We took our time, did a pre-production for 2 days, which means we did a lot of lighting with our light guy, did a lot of show elements. I'm gonna play certain versions, specific versions of the songs, new versions. Gonna show a side of SETYÖURSAILS, which we've never showed before. It's going to be a full-on rock show from the beginning to the end, with ups and downs and special moments and everything. It has everything. We really took our time to sit down and create a headliner show for the first time, and I'm very excited. And I'm also, I have some long COVID shit going on with my voice and my lungs,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm a little bit, I don't know, scared, I'd say.
Apprehensive?
Yeah, but I'm in good hands. I have a special vocal coach. She's awesome, and she gave me my voice back literally, and she gave me a lot of strength and confidence to jump on this tour. So fingers crossed, everything's gonna go well, and I'm gonna come out of this tour with still my voice not hurting, and everything's gonna be good. Yeah.
I'm sure it will. I know you're excited to get back up on stage and to, of course, play these songs and to connect with the crowd, and because there's nothing like it. There's nothing like being there and seeing, even though the songs have only been out a couple of months, or like even tomorrow's song, there'll be people there that will know the lyrics already. And it's crazy to me how fast some people can learn the lyrics to a song, and then you see that and it's like, oh, this was worth it.
It's so cute that you say that, because I had a moment where I shared a tear. It was last year playing Summer Breeze. We're playing a middle-sized stage. There were so many fucking people there. We didn't expect that. But the thing is, I took my time. I took a look into the crowd. There were so many City Sails shirts. There were so many people singing along. I stood there. I took a look at our bases. I was like, the fuck is going on? They know the lyrics. If you notice this, like, some people sing along to the songs you wrote in your bedroom a couple
Yep.
years ago, not expecting anything, not being signed, not having anything to do with the real music scene, just being a dreamer or musician. It's mind blowing. It's so sick that people like the stuff you create. I don't know how to describe it. It makes me so proud. That must be the feeling of parents, maybe, if the kids started to walk or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, but it's sick. Like, when people sing along, it's the greatest thing for a songwriter to see that joy in people's faces, and they actually fit the vibe. They're like, "Fuck off, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever." It's the
Well,
best.
it's gotta push you as well to keep going, because like you
Hmm.
say, we very, I'm the same. I get into my head and then I talk myself down, and but then seeing that and seeing that interaction, it's like, this is crazy, but also it's such an inspiration for me to keep pushing and putting myself out there to the world, and to share my music and my soul, because that's what it is. It's music that's coming from within you and from your soul and from your heart, and then you're sharing it to the world, and just seeing them singing along, singing these lyrics. It's got to be crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, I cannot wait for the people to sing along to Lately or something in a very
Yeah.
quiet moment, because that's something that we don't have so often, right? And like having people standing with their lights and singing
Yeah.
along to a quiet song, because that would be a completely new experience, and I cannot wait for that. I'm probably gonna cry on stage. I don't know what will happen.
Well, here's a hug for now.
No, thank you.
So, but going back to like the music, and how do you go about composing a new song? Like, does the melody come first, or do you write the lyrics first, or how does that work?
Depends actually, but for the most part, and especially for Bad Blood, I started from the chorus, and this is how I figured out is um the most productive way for me to songwrite. So what I do, this is what I already did. I already wrote 15 new choruses for the next album. And if you have the heart and the key of the song, which is definitely the chorus, it's way easier to finish the song than to get lost into riffs and all that stuff. Because I used to write the instrumental, and then
Hmm.
I used to sing over it. So this time, I always search for the chorus melody, for the vocal melodies. I'm just sitting here on my piano figuring out, the melodies, and then I build everything around it. And I'm just gonna let the chorus be alone. Once I finish the chorus, I'm going to the next one. I'm not finishing the entire song. I'm just writing choruses from now on because I don't want to get lost and get demotivated from not finding the right riffs or finding the right synthesizers from there. I waste so much time with finding synthesizers, finding drums, finding whatever, and then getting discouraged and closing it, not even saving the song. I just threw it all away. And that's so stupid. So what I do, I find the vocal melody, do a little arrangement. Doesn't have to be good or anything. Record a couple layers of vocals so that it already has harmonies and something like that. So it's showable, it sounds a little bit more like better. You have an idea how it's going to sound like. I write the chorus, set it aside, write another chorus, write another chorus, write another chorus. Once the chorus is done, I give it to my producer. And what he does is he goes from the middle of the song, which is the chorus, and then writes the verse, writes the intro, writes the verse, melodies, so instrumental. And then I write the lyrics for the verse and so on. So this is a way I figured out that works best for me. So I don't get lost into finding things. And that's why I'm so productive. As I already said, 15 courses within 3 weeks or something, because it's so productive. And you get motivated because it's done, right? The course is done. It's not perfect, of course. It's a demo, but you know how it's gonna sound like. So for me personally, definitely starting with the vocals.
That's a really interesting way to go about it, um and if it works for you, then and that makes you more productive, then why not, you know? I
Mm-hmm.
think I think that's I think you're the only person I've heard that does that. And it's really
Mm-hmm.
cool, like talking to all these different musicians and finding out how their brains work and how they manage their time and how they manage to write their songs. And I think that's awesome. I think it's cool that
But
you've already
maybe,
got. Sorry, go
sorry.
ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I also, it's not diagnosed, but I know that I have it, is that I'm pretty sure I do have ADHD. So it's very hard for me to focus and stay focused. Always
Yeah.
have to get up and play around. I don't know. But with that, this is a structure I figured out just for myself because
Mm-hmm.
it's so productive because you do have a reward.
Right.
You have something that is done. You can go back to it, listen to it, thinking, that's a cool chorus. Let's go write another one. And this is what keeps me motivated. But I also have to say that I'm not the best guitarist and stuff. Maybe if you're a very good guitarist and you come up with a zillion ideas, that may be the way for you to go. But for the most part, I'm also, of course, a composer, but I'm most likely a vocalist,
Mm-hmm.
and I love writing melodies and stuff like that. So I go from what I can do best and then build the other things around it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a smart way to work. It's always better to focus on what you're great at and what you feel you can bring to the band, and then have, of course, everybody else's input with this chorus that you've made, and have them, fill it out a little bit. And I think that's really cool. It's such an interesting way to go about it. And as you say, you've already got 15 done already in like 3 weeks.
15,
That's
yeah.
that's amazing.
Sick. I don't know. But that's what I say. It's the best thing you can do as a musician is stay motivated. And you
Hmm.
have to find a way to stay motivated. And that's also another reason why I'm not reading comments anymore. I'm
Yeah.
not surrounding myself by negativity anymore and I don't show the choruses until the song is completely done. Not even the guys. I'm just finishing the song because if one person, even if it's the guy, say, I don't like that melody. I don't like that. I'm completely my brain snaps and goes like, they're always talking like this. They always find everything shit, and
Yeah.
then the song is burned for me, and
Yeah.
then I can't work on it again. So what I do I finished the song. Once the song is finished, I show it to the guys, and I said, "This is the song." And if you don't like the drums, you can change the drums. If you don't like the bass line, you can change a couple notes. I don't mind, but this is the song. This is how it's gonna be. And either we like the entire song or we're gonna throw it away. But
Mm-hmm.
this is it, because I will not finish the song otherwise. This is how
Yeah.
my sick brain. I get discouraged very easily.
Me too. I'm the same way. It's been very, especially because it's just me who runs my channel and nobody else does anything. It's just me. And so obviously I have to read comments because, I've got to build that community. And I am very sensitive as a person, and it took a lot for
Mm-hmm.
me to build that thick skin and to just be like, okay, they don't know you, they don't know who you are as a person, they don't know your story, and that's, something must be happening with them for them to leave this nasty comment, and that's on them. And, just to delete and block it, they don't need to be a part of your community. And it did take me I've been doing this for 4 years, and it took me a very long time to switch that off and to, there are still some here and there that will get under my skin because
Mm-hmm.
we're human at the end of the day. And but yeah, no, I totally understand why you wouldn't read comments. I think if I was in your place, in your situation, I wouldn't either. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I already know what's coming. It's always the same shit. It's like men
Yeah.
commenting on my outfit, and especially the hat. They don't like the hat because the hat isn't female enough, whatever that means. My clothes aren't female enough, whatever that means. I'm too masculine with my voice, whatever that means. I'm too aggressive for a woman, whatever that means. It's always the same shit. And then you always
Yep.
have people who don't like the band for some reason and write comments as such as you bought the comments or stuff like that, or this is unauthentic and you fake everything and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I was wondering, do people comment under your videos? What do they hate? Like,
The worst one I've ever had was it was like a pretty brutal metal band. I can't think of which one it was right now, but it was just something, you're not worthy enough to react to this band or something like that, just because I'm female and I'm a bit more girly girl and not very metal fronting. And I was like, what the heck? What's that got to do with anything?
what?
Yeah,
That's like fragile. What is some man's mindset? Like, what
yeah.
what is the thing with their masculinity? Why are they so easily triggered
I
by
don't know. I don't
people
know. It's
not being tough enough or something like that? Like, it almost feels like every weakness you show, they jump right on it. They go like, "Oh, that's good." But the interesting thing is, once there's a more alpha male out there, they're like doing this.
mhm.
They're like, "Oh yeah, now you're the alpha." Like, fuck, man, you can only hate on people who are smaller or in your eyes weaker or whatever it is. Like, what's the deal with that? Do you feel stronger now? Do you feel more masculine? What's the point of it? Like, I hope you
Right.
get over it. I
Was
hope
that
you
a
get back in
boost to
touch with your mother or whatever.
exactly? Was that a boost to this so-called ego that you've got and that you're feeling brave behind a keyboard? Like, I I don't understand
Ridiculous.
it.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
it
Really.
is. Well, I'm not going to keep you much longer. I know, as we said in the beginning, it is late for you, and you've got a busy couple of months ahead of you. And of course, the album is out on the 12th. Of course, I will leave that pre-order link down below in the description. Do you have any last words of thanks for people watching this interview?
Yeah, thanks for watching this video, of course. Thanks for supporting Tauri. Thanks for supporting SETYÖURSAILS. If you haven't checked out our album yet, please do it. You can support us by streaming the hell out of it. If you want to give it a shot, I recommend listening to my favorite song, Halo, at first, because I just personally think it's the coolest song. And then listen to Dangerous, and then you can do whatever you want. If you want to support smaller bands, no matter which band you're listening to, please buy tickets. You can support these bands so much. Stream their music, buy their merch, every big band started somewhere, and you have the chance to support them. So if you like artists, if you like Tauri, you can support her by watching her videos and so on. There's a million things you can do to support smaller artists. And if you already did that, thank you so much. If you're coming to our shows, thanks. Let's have a great time, great party. And if you're based in US, right? Or UK?
I'm in the US, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. So we have a bunch of news coming up. If you want to follow us on Instagram, give us a shout. We're coming up with new days. It's going to be a hell of a year. And yeah, thanks for having me, Tori.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best for your channel. I think you
Thank you.
do a great job. I love watching your videos.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you for taking your time, the time out of your busy schedule for being here, for chatting with me today. As always, it's an absolute pleasure. And guys, I will leave Set Your Sails information all down below in the description, along with that pre-order link. If you haven't ordered the album yet, why not go ahead and do so? Also, you can find their social medias. Everything will be down below. And yeah, there it is.
Stream Bad Blood. Buy
Yes.
Bad Blood. Stream Bad Blood.
Do it. Thank you so much, Jules. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I appreciate your time. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to become a Taurian. Speaking of becoming a Taurian, all of my social media links and my Discord link are down in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you come hang out in the Discord community, and I will see you guys in the next video. Rock on.